How's it going, guys? TacTixHD here, bringing you Season 3 of NHL 14 GM Mode Expansion Team Series featuring the Hamilton Wolverines. For you guys, a quick look at our NHL forward lineup. Obviously, we now have Hagelin and Taves on that first line, two huge free agent signings from last year. As well, guys, our defense are looking really strong, mid-80s, maybe low 80s throughout. We also have Lehner there as our starting goaltender we picked up in a trade, so strong team here as well. Our AHL team's looking pretty good, too. A lot of good prospects there. Mantha, Draisaitl, for instance, two really good prospects should help make the team soon. As well, we have two 80 overall defensemen as our top pair in the AHL, so that's a strong team. And we even have an 80 overall goalie in Poulin in net. Right here, guys, you can see our team is 4-star offense, 4.5-star defense, and 4.5-star goaltending. So nothing crazy happened before the All-Star game. So at the All-Star game here, guys, you can see Carl Hagelin actually made it as the third line left winger for our star all-star. So Taves didn't make it, which is pretty surprising. He made it the last 2 years on the Chicago Blackhawks. As well, guys, Lehner made it as the backup goaltender, so he's obviously playing pretty good. And right here, guys, at the mid-season, you can see our points per player, and Taves there, 47 points in 46 games, so more than a point per game. Same with Hagelin there with 42 and 39. The rest of the team's doing pretty productive. Draisaitl there, you can see, got some games. 12 points in 17 games isn't too bad at all. Everyone else is kind of where you'd expect to see them. So, like I was saying, guys, Draisaitl actually got called up when someone was injured. I ended up staying at the second-line center spot, so he's playing pretty good for us, which is good to see. It was our first-round pick, obviously, in that first year. Although, guys, we just traded away Matthew Carlo for a second-round pick. He was an AHL defenseman, figured why not. Same with Gustafsson there. We got a third or fourth for him, so just getting rid of, AHL players we don't need. Right here, guys, this is pretty unfortunate. You guys can see we finished 10th in the Eastern Conference, 1 point out of a playoff spot, so two first rough years that I expected, and then this year, just, very, very, very unlucky. Finished 1 point out of a playoff spot. Like, if we had one more win, we would have made it. One overtime loss, we would have been tied. I don't know if we would have won the tiebreaker or not, but the fact that we were just, so close and yet so far was just really horrible. But the fact that, we went from finishing near last in the NHL all the way to just missing the playoff shows we made a lot of progress. And obviously, guys, right there, we should look at how everyone did in terms of points this season. And then right there, guys, you can see the AHL team finished first again. 100 points. Mantha there with 50 points, 76 games. Clark with 54. Some really good players here putting out some points in the AHL. So AHL team should have a strong run here in the playoffs, even though our NHL team didn't make it. So right here, guys, I'm actually just simming through each game. That first game there, we won 3-2. The second game, we lost 2-1. So tied up one apiece here. I was trying to sim period by period. And as you guys can see in this game here, we won 4-1 after taking an early 2-1 lead in the first period. So up two games to one here against the Worcester Sharks. And then, or I should say, I think it's Worcestershire. I don't know how to say it. But right there, guys, you can see we won another game there. So beat the Sharks there in 5 games, 4 games to 1. And after that series, I just had to update the scouting really quickly. So going into the second round here, guys, we're going up against the Syracuse Crunch. Strong AHL team, but luckily right here, dominated them in that first game, 9-2. That's a crazy playoff win. And then right here in the second game, though, we lost 2-1. So pretty big comeback for them, coming back from 9-2 to 2-1. In this third game here, though, we held on to the win, winning 3-2. So now up 2 games to 1. And in this fourth game here, guys, you can see we actually won 3-0. So now have the 3-1 lead, 3 games left, only have to win 1 more game. And as you guys can see, we actually won the 5th game there, 1-0. So close game there. Got the series win, though, in 5 games, just like the series before. And right here, Draisaitl's no longer injured, and I actually sent him down to the AHL team. Hopefully help our team tear it up, move on to the AHL championships. Right now we're in the conference final against the St. John's Ice Caps. Went down the first game there, won the second go, so tied up one apiece here. And we actually have to do some more scouting, so you guys can see just looking at the WHL there. I usually do most of my scouting in the CHL, don't do too much in Europe, and we actually lost another game there, so this one's not looking too good. Right here, though, we ended up winning 3-0, so I believe it's tied up 2 apiece here going into the 5th game. Doing some more scouting there. I think I accidentally, didn't put it at a long enough range, but right here, guys, double overtime win, so that was a huge win. We now have the 3-2 series lead, 2 games left. Only have to win 1 more. Unfortunately, lost the 6th there, 2-1. So 7th game here. Winner moves on to the championship. And as you guys can see, we lost 4-1. So again, just our luck this season for whatever reason. Really close to the AHL championship and 1 game away, losing the 7th game of the conference final. Right there, guys, you can see some retired players. Timo Solani retired. He was our second line right winger. He actually played pretty well for us. Kind of glad he retired. Frees up some cap space. I think he was signed for 1 more year, and he was only in a low 80, so I'm pretty sure we can have a kid or a free agent fill his spot. But as you guys can see, we're here making a pretty big trade. Brad Stewart for 2 second-round picks and a prospect. Didn't need Stewart. He was old. I think he had 1 year left. I was paying him too much. Didn't really want him. But right here, guys, this is our second-round pick. Getting Cole, who we get here? I think, Cole Bavin, a defenseman there. Pretty good prospect, 3.5-star potential. We didn't have our first round pick as we traded it away, but that was a strong second. As well, we have 3 third-round picks here to work with, so that's pretty good. Obviously, top potential there is 2.5 stars, so you got to hope that at least a couple of the guys have 3+ stars, and the 2.5 stars is a little bit of an underrating. But anyway, guys, with our first pick, I think we go with Fedorov there, 6'5" winger. Looks like a really good prospect. And then with our next pick in the 3rd round, we go with Thibault, I think, 6'2" defenseman, 2-way forward from the Q, or sorry, 2-way defense. Oh no, 2-way forward from the Q, but he's a defenseman. Okay, I thought I read that right. Whatever that means, 2-way forward defenseman, and then we actually got 2-way forward in Blanchard. So hopefully some pretty good picks there. Hopefully a couple of those guys can turn out into NHL forwards for us. And anyway, guys, right here at the re-sign phase, going through the centers there, you guys can see Draisaitl still 77, but that would actually tie him for fourth line minutes with Gawk in terms of overall. So decided to let Gawk go. Re-signed Gillies, though. He's a pretty strong 3rd line center. Re-signed Acosta there just to be an AHL player slash, call him up when we need to. Sabaka's a pretty decent 3rd line winger. Figured I'd keep him. Eric Wellwood, I think I let go. Didn't really need him anymore. Rankin, though, pretty good prospect, 3-star potential. We got him in a late round in the 2014 draft in the first season, so hopefully he can turn out into something good. Looking at the right wings now, only Kuhlman's really the only guy signed up, and Chad LaRose. LaRose is more of like a AHL, maybe in a 4th line guy, and a lot of prospects behind him, but right now we definitely have to fill some guys in the right wing position, looking for probably at least a 1st and maybe a 2nd or 3rd line guy. But right here, guys, we're signing a bunch of defensemen. Falk got a new deal. Bieksa got a new deal. Greiba here is getting a new deal. Wilkstrand's getting a new deal. A bunch of guys getting new deals. For whatever reason, they all expired this year. And as you can see, we actually have more than 6 defensemen, 80+ overall. So that's really good to see. Also, we have a couple prospects, high 70s, that could possibly make that jump. So we have a lot of defensive depth. That's why I drafted a lot of forwards. But we'll see what happens. Bidan there, still in the low 70s. We'll see if he can ever make the NHL team. I'm sure Bacon would like that, but I don't know. We have a pretty strong defensive core. It's really going to be hard for him to break into that top 6. Maybe he can just, career AHLer, put up some points. We'll see what happens. But as you guys can see, we also have good goalies there. We have Lehner, Pouliot, and Kumper there. So some 3 strong goalies, I think. And there here, guys, just looking at the prospects I drafted. No one too crazy, unfortunately. I think, they were all what we expected. Right there, though, guys, I signed Christopher Stieg to replace Teemu Selanne. Pretty good deal, I think. As well, I'm signing a new AHL goalie there in Satiri, 3-star green potential. Right here, picking up Andre Schuster, 3.5-star red potential. I got him for a steal, I think. He's like 6'8". Got him for a little over $1 million. He could definitely play the AHL, hopefully eventually make the NHL team. Jeremy Morin here was on our team. I ended up deciding I wanted him back and signed him in free agency. He's going to be a 4th line forward for us. Maybe starting the AHL, we'll see. Right here, guys, just look at the awards. I don't think anyone on our team won an award this year, unfortunately, but the Minnesota Wild, you guys could see, won the Stanley Cup. I was on the AHL there. Obviously, we finished with the equivalent of the President's Trophy, and I think we might have had a couple guys win awards. Yeah, Kevin Pouliot won some goalie MVP awards. So anyway, guys, right here looking at our NHL lineup, as you can see, Draisaitl's now 82 overall, so he's made a huge jump for us. Deserves that 2nd line center spot for sure now. And our team's looking pretty good. Obviously, forward needs a little bit of help on the wings. Defense, though, is looking really strong there. Falk, Bieksa, Franzen, and Wilkstrand are our top 4. Lehner and Pouliot, 85, 82. I think that's pretty strong goaltending. So hopefully we can make a good run here and make the playoffs this year. Right here, quick look at the AHL team. We still have Morin in AHL, so he can call him up whenever. Mantha only 75 overall, so he's only gained 1 or 2 overall the last couple years. He's playing 1st line minutes in the AHL. He's getting a good amount of points, so I don't really know what's going wrong there. Satiri, guys, that guy signed with 77 overall when I signed him. Ended up being 81 at the end of the summer, so that was a good deal. And as you guys can see, we're actually now 4.5 stars throughout. So, team's looking good. Hopefully we can make the playoffs this year for the first time in our franchise history. Besides that, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, stay tuned more. Have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.